I'm cleaning out my barn in the sweltering heat. It is so hot. And I just thought I'd pop on real quick to talk to you about conspiracy theorists. I have not been able to talk openly and freely the way that I've wanted to my whole life. I've been controlled in some way or another by someone or something, and it makes me sound like a crazy sci-fi person, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. I'm happy to be seen as a crazy person because it makes me considerably less credible, which is great. I don't want to be credible. I want you, you know what I'm saying. I want you to learn about this stuff and figure it out on your own and read about it, watch the movies, talk to people. What I've been doing lately is going out and talking to people. And I've just shown up at businesses, at places of worship, and just started asking questions and getting to know cultures and language and different perspectives. It's so super important that we're doing this and not just watching the news, because it's not the news. If it was the news, it would be like a small percentage bad and a huge percentage great. So it's not the news, it's the bad news. So there's that. But what I wanted to say is I've seen a lot of things, and I was a little kid in the Pentagon running around the halls in the early 1980s. When you're a kid, nobody pays attention to you. So I was running all through the corridors, looking at pictures, talking to people, wandering around. And I saw many, many, many interesting things. And mind you, this was the early 80s, and things I saw and heard are still not out. So it's silly to me how, like, the government recently will say, okay, we're going to release this alien file or whatever. I don't even pay attention. I don't even know what they said. But we've had all this stuff forever, and we've known all this stuff forever and harnessed the technology and been communicating galactically, not just globally. That's a very normal thing. There's many different types of extraterrestrials. They look different, they act different, they sound different, they are different. Our environment is extremely inhospitable to pretty much everything because it's so dense and low vibration, and the air is, it's the wrong frequency for a lot of things. When we choose to come to this earth before we're born, we are really complimenting ourselves on what we think we can handle. Anyways, as you're about to see, but anyways, where I was going with this is, if you know somebody that looks crazy and kind of sort of a little bit talks about things, but not completely, and then they just look nutty and you make whatever assessment you want about them, that's fine. But maybe just consider what they're trying to convey and how that could impact you and what you could do to help, how you could be beneficial, where you could lend yourself to be of service, blah, blah, blah. That being said, when I was a little kid in the Pentagon, I lived right behind Fort Meade, which is very close to Columbia, Maryland. And I lived there in the early mid-80s, right behind Fort Meade. Also, my grandfather designed, as a civilian, he was a rocket propulsion engineer, a rocket science person. Anyways, I laugh because if you met the guy, you wouldn't know it, but he was so adorable and still is. But anyways, he invented this type of missile that fires out of something that's not in a fixed place. And it's really, really cool. And this was like the 1950s. And we still haven't heard about that. I don't even think it's shown up in a movie. Some of the movie stuff, it's like the really old stuff that we're not going to use and it doesn't affect anybody. It kind of leaks into the movies, which is really interesting. The Pentagon actually has someone that works there that's a real military person, and their job is to be the liaison with the movie industry. Yes, it's to promote recruiting and be exciting about the military, because they do very, I said do. They do very exciting, interesting things and go to really exciting and interesting places. And if you are someone of limited means and you need the insurance and the education and it's definitely a fantastic option. I do have complaints that the people are so young compared to brain development. I have complaints about that, but blah, 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 you get the point. What I'm trying to say is there are people that work in the Pentagon that work with the movie industry. I don't know who you are today. I would love to meet you. Please come find me. I'll come visit you. I do have items from Major John Horton. So Tom Cruise, if you're watching this, or if you could please pass this on to Tom Cruise, I have some items from John Horton that I think that you would really love. Sentimental, one of a kind. No one can find this stuff. He passed away on Seabrook Island, which is next to Kiowa Island, when I lived on John's Island. So I was able to access some of the antiques of the estate sale, not realizing who he was at the time. I thought I was just purchasing some interesting military looking items. I didn't realize that he's the Top Gun guy that got all the ships and the planes, and even suggested that the original script had Kelly McGillis. Hi, I lived in Asheville, love you, mwah, mwah, mwah. The original script, this is the story anyway, I don't know if this is true, but the original script had her as like an aerobics instructor, and it was Major John Horton. This is the rumor, I don't know. He's passed away, I don't know. But he suggested, well, if Maverick is this advanced fighter pilot person, why wouldn't you make the love interest more intelligent and intimidating, like a Top Gun instructor? And they changed the script. And he was a military army major that worked at the Pentagon. So this stuff fascinates me because I went to film school in Asheville, North Carolina. Love you. Kelly McGillis lives there and teaches acting there, and she's so gorgeous and amazing and wonderful, and I've never met her in real life, but I would love to. And kudos for making the comments you did when they did the Top Gun reboot, because it's important for people to say those kinds of things because they're true. So thank you for that. Anyways, so I've seen things I have never talked about. Nobody has come to me and said, like, okay, you saw the wrong thing, you shouldn't be in this area, blah. I mean, I've done that my whole life. I've just wandered in to places and been like, oh, when I realized what I'm seeing, and then like, whoops. And I just have this general feeling of safety and security, and why would you say things that would put people in danger or cause harm, or say things that bad people with bad intentions could try to use? I don't know, it's ridiculous. So I feel like that doesn't have to be explained to me. I don't need a chip installed under my skin and tracked. I just have common sense. So anyways, that being said, this is my Uncle Walter. Do you guys not have giant castle-sized paintings that were commissioned by your relatives? This is his bust. Also custom and one of a kind, like the oil painting. And I love that. 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 So that is my Uncle Walter and his bust and his painting. And you can see he's in a military uniform. This was designed for the painting. He was a civilian, but you can see the red stripes and the red on the metal hanging down, which military people know that's for artillery, I think is how they say that. Red stripes is artillery. That sounds right. I don't know. Anyways, he, as a civilian, invented the wire guidance system for missiles. So way back in the day, before missiles went wireless, you could steer them with a thing like Atari, and then the wire would run from the thing to the missile. How funny is that? And you could steer a missile connected through a literal wire. How funny is that? But for the time, what? He did that. Amazing, amazing. His sister's husband, also a civilian, originally West Point, then a Army for a short time, then a Marine, but that was all when he was very, very young. He did not have a military career. He advanced as a civilian engineer, contractor, and did very well. And he designed most of the, no, I don't know that he designed them, but he built them. He built most of our major warships, this guy's brother-in-law. And it's extremely, extremely impressive. And I'm so, so, so proud of these people. I could also talk about another family member that had a lot to do with aeronautics, but I will not at this time. But what I'm trying to say is the world is filled with fascinating people that know all kinds of fascinating things. So maybe pay attention. Disclaimer, if you are a regulatory body and you've been forwarded this video, I don't know anything, I never did. This is entertaining purposes, for entertainment purposes only. Do not sue me. I don't know anything. I'm not telling anyone anything. I'm not going anywhere. I don't even have my papers right now. So, I was born in this country, and I'm in this country, and I'm not planning on leaving the country, so I don't need my papers. I'm just trying to say, not up to anything. But what I did want to come on here and say is, keep up the faith, love each other, do whatever you can to help each other. This is going to be a very, very, very difficult first 3 weeks of July, at least. Please be patient. Please be slow to anger. Please show compassion for yourself and everyone around you. Everyone you know will be going through it. But just remember that God will cause struggle, but not hurt you. He will apply pressure to move you, to mold you, to elevate you, to, dare I say, lift up your heart. So trust in God that He loves you, He cares for you, He watches you. There's not any two sparrows on this earth worth more than you. So love each other.